Welcome to the Olympian Project. I'm Justin Ellis, and this is
Garrett Wiley.
And today's podcast, we're going to talk about the 2020 games. Stage 1 is over, but we still have stage number 2, and some big announcements just dropped a couple days ago. We've got a product today. We have no clue about it yet. It's called Agogie. Is that what we talked about? Some resistant band training product we're going to dive into, and our first thoughts on their website. Never tried the product, but we're going to see what it's all about. And then segment 3 today, we're going to talk all things about the Olympian Project, what you can do, how you can watch and stay up to date with everything the Olympian Project. Segment 1. CrossFit Games Stage 1 complete. We've done a recap video on this, so if you haven't checked it out already, check it out on the channel. As always, like and subscribe so you get up-to-date videos from us. But Stage 1 is in the books. Not to go through the full recap.
Yes, we did do a video on that if you want to see that.
But did you not listen to anything I just said? I just said all that.
Yes, but I had to make sure people knew.
Were you in your head?
I was a little bit, but I had to make sure people knew.
So I think the initial takeaways, obviously, Matt Fraser, Tia Toomey at the top. No doubt. A lot of new names in there as well.
But yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think we thought that was going to happen for sure. But any things that caught you off guard? Just a quick overview. Programming, any players moving on, anything that sparked your interest?
Again, I love the programming. Think we got the top 5, whether we like it or not. Surprises. Sarah Sigmundsdottir performed in the bottom 10% or something like that. What else we got? We got
Brent Fikowski kind of fits into that mold as well. Just he performed well in the very last workout, but leading to that, he was pretty much absent.
Yeah. We saw a pretty common, I guess, we saw a good top 5 women. People we've seen before, but the men got shooken up a little bit. We got some people we weren't expecting, which is great. Fresh blood.
Yeah. Fresh blood to chase Matt Fraser, basically.
Yeah. Fresh blood for the shark is what I mean. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, it was, as far as a takeaway from them being able to do it in their own boxes or gyms locally, I thought that was interesting, but I also watched the video where Tia Toomey was talking about how for the rookies, maybe the first timers, this was not the experience that most want for their first games, because this was the games, right? It's stage 1 of the games, but it was still the games. But she liked it as a veteran, being able to sleep in your own bed kind of situation.
That's true, yeah. I would like that.
Yeah, I mean, so you were around your people, you got to go home, all that good stuff. So I thought that was an interesting outtake. And then for the rookies, not getting to be on the big stage yet. Some of them made it though. Justin Medeiros, I think this is a huge opportunity for him, and he's got a mullet. He's gonna do good.
Yeah, like Hunter McIntyre. Where's he, by the way? Where's Hunter McIntyre?
He didn't qualify, which a lot of people didn't this year because there was the couple athletes that qualified in some of the sanctionals, but they didn't get to take those. Yeah. It was just off the open, so different year.
It's different.
So some announcements from CrossFit. We're going to pull that up for you.
So this is a big deal, and this is something we talked about recently. Actually, was CrossFit getting on live TV. Getting the big boys involved. Well, but this isn't exactly a big boy, CBS, I would say.
CBS is, it's one of the 3, right?
Yeah.
CBS, ABC, ESPN is ABC, so most of that's going to go to ABC. And then you got Fox Sports, so one of the big 4, I guess you could say. It's a step in the right direction. I have no clue what contract talks. Is this just one-time thing? But they've done broadcasts before for the games.
That has happened, yeah.
But it was a post-production, so you kind of saw the highlights and everything. So I'm curious to see how they take this on. Now, the reason why they can do it this year, and I would think, is because they have 5 athletes. And it's just different. You don't have heat after heat after heat. You got one workout with these athletes, and then they move on. So, did you read anything that was interesting?
Yeah. Are we sure that those previous ones were after the fact? Because it says here bringing back a major television broadcast partner like CBS Sports.
So no, Sunday, the last day they did live like the last workout.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they did have a live element to it, but most of it was done in post.
Okay.
So
another thing, it says it will also be broadcast on Facebook and YouTube, so it's still free to watch.
Right.
At those places.
Yeah, which CBS would come with any package that you'd have, satellite, cable. So it's not a paid subscription.
Take your daily dose.
Got to take your daily dose of CBS and CrossFit, baby. So yeah, I mean, you'll have access to watch it, and this is going to be in person, live, whether it's Facebook, whether it's CBS, and I think that's going to be good for the sport. I'd love for them to obviously keep figuring this out moving forward. I think it's got to be, at least the games has got to be televised, and you'd love for it to eventually have the sanctionals somewhere as well.
God, they're falling.
What the heck? Did that just fall from behind me?
Look, we're having some difficulties setting up in the new studio, by the way.
New studio. We didn't even talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah, it's the first one. That's true. Yeah, so, of course, Morning Chalk up here has a little bit of details on that, but definitely something to look out for in October. What is it, 18th through the 25th? So it's saying it's going to be the full week.
I think what it says, this didn't happen for the 2019 games. So I think this is a result of...
It did not.
It says it's a result of Eric Rosa coming back and
it's also a result...
Changes.
Yeah, that was when Greg Glassman just wiped it almost all out and then added 120 athletes to the field.
Yeah.
How are you going to broadcast anything like that? So... that was not the direction Glassman wanted, and Eric Rosa is definitely on board with bringing it back. So, if you're a CrossFit fan, this is the direction that you want, I think, for the most part. Talking about competitions real quick, we've got a local one, and I wanted to talk about a couple of these workouts. The Katy Classic, which has been around for quite a while, Katy Team Classic.
Yeah, it's here in Katy, Texas.
Yeah. And it's, obviously if you're not local, you've probably never heard of it, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a workout in there called Sled Saw that they just released. And I wanted to dive into this thought. And I kind of wanted to open it up maybe to some other workouts that you may have seen or done, but this is a floater wad, 50-meter sled as a team of 4, 2 guys, 2 girls. You go down to one end, and it shows them grabbing 6 puzzle pieces. And you get to then, let me pull this back up, but you get to then try to push the sled back down and then put the puzzle pieces together. First thought.
I mean, for my first thought, this is stuff we do in Saturday community workouts, right? Like with playing cards.
I don't even know.
And like what's the Watopoly game we play sometimes?
Right.
Like
I feel better about that though than I do about putting a puzzle together.
Yeah.
But it does have that Saturday, I don't want to say relaxed vibe because most of our workouts on Saturday are killers, but you add an element in there that you just don't care. Does it work? It doesn't work. You just do it.
If you're designing a competition, the goal should be, with every workout, should be how does this test an aspect of fitness
to find the winner,
to find the winner,
to define the fittest team.
Yeah.
This
just whoever thought about this needs to be fired. Like it's not who thought this was a good idea and then who greenlighted it, right? Who set this in stone that this was going to be a workout and a competition, solving a puzzle in the middle of a competition?
It's a pretty big competition. I'm assuming, whoever runs it had to have something to do with it. Maybe they have a programmer, but you still would greenlight it. I run a small competition in comparison to this. So I pretty much go through everything, but the creativity is there, but I think I'm in the wrong direction. We did a competition. Hell, was it?
It wasn't the same
Katy,
one, right?
Was it Katy?
I'm pretty sure it was the same one.
I think it was. A team of ours went in, and one of the workouts, I think it was a floater, had a little bit of a cardio aspect to it, and then you had to throw a beanbag into a hole. Cornhole. Yeah. Say it again. and they ended up, I think, getting second or maybe even knocked off the podium. I think that
I remember something.
they
like
were
that
top.
happened,
I mean,
yeah.
if you put all their scores together that were CrossFit, they were running the table, and that knocked them down. I think it was 30 teams. They got like a 27th on it. It killed them. They had top 10 on everything. So they had a really big chance to get into the podium. That knocked them out of the podium. I can make a better argument for cornhole than I can, though, putting a puzzle together.
It just doesn't make any sense. No matter what way you look at it, it just doesn't make sense.
Well, the theory is do something that you have to think while you're tired, right?
The theory sucks.
Yeah. I mean, well, the theory is right, but the outcome is wrong, I think. Like, think while, and it's the same thing. Slow your roll, throw a bag into a hole. That was a rhyme. But that's an accuracy element. This is not. Like, you could have done connect the dots, and it would have been just about the same.
Next year, it's going to be you have to verbally
Abuse your friend.
No, I was going to say verbally solve math equations in your head.
Now, I've been to a competition for that.
For real?
So, yeah, while we're on the topic, there was this was early on in CrossFit, so this is before I even opened the gym. This is about 8 or 9 years ago. It was a big competition. Camille LeBlanc was there one year. Gosh darn it, which one was this? The Europa Classic, I believe. I could be wrong on that, but
Europa?
I don't think it exists anymore, and it was in like Tomball area, I think, maybe Magnolia, but it was a Europa Classic. They had Camille LeBlanc there one year. They had another athlete, I can't remember now, but you had to do a workout and do a round, and at the end of the round, you had to do a math problem before you could move on to the next round. That was early CrossFit.
It kind of makes more sense in old school early CrossFit. I've heard some wild stories from old school early CrossFit competitions.
And this brings me to the games of 2010. And of course, everybody's seen the Rich Froning can't climb a rope video. But that whole event was 3 different events.
Yeah.
And it was just it was crazy shit show compared to like the organization now. But it was 2010. They didn't do math
Still
or they didn't do a
figuring it
puzzle.
out.
Yeah, but it was crazy to see them do all-out workout for 7 minutes and then be told they have another one and then be told they have another
Without
one.
knowing.
Not even knowing.
That was the catch.
Which I like that one. I liked it a lot. So, I don't know. I mean, have you ever seen any other crazy programmed workouts?
No, I don't think.
I did a workout in a local competition here on Lake Conroe. It was Cap hosted it. It was 35 and up, so it was a masters kind of comp. No, it was 30 and up. That's what it was. And we had to do a workout with the Frog Fitness item. And so that was kind of similar to the axle wheel thing we were talking about, but you had your feet plugged into the bottom and then your hands at the top, and we had to go across this field. And I'll say what, it was really tough, but a lot of it was because of the wheels not catching traction on certain parts of the field. So people on this end were doing pretty well. We were in the sun. It was like slippery. It was weird, but it was pretty devastating.
I remember you telling me about an old workout or an old competition where they did a barbell yoke carry with kettlebells banded to it or something like that.
Oh, that was the same Europa Classic.
Was it? Dude?
Yeah, not the same year.
Oh, I see why they're not running a competition anymore.
Yeah, right. It wasn't the same year that they did the math and this, but we did a competition where it was a legit barbell and just straight up resistance bands tied to the barbell. It ends up being about 315 on the barbell, okay, for the guys. And you had to remove kettlebells for the girls when they went. So it was teams of 4. Well, I remember I had it figured out. Somehow my low center of gravity, like I was moving and hustling. I was moving as quick as any of them out there. And actually that year, there was a couple of regional athletes. And this would have been in 2013, I think. And they... there was a guy, I mean, he just started sprinting with it. He was strong. But eventually those kettlebells caught up like slingshots.
Oh, yeah, they'll catch up with you.
Literally, I remember he had no chance. He started going head first to the ground Well, the kettlebells got there first with the band still being with tension. His head hits the ground. The band just slings and implants into the ground about a foot ahead over his head. If it would have implanted in his head, he would have been done. And I just remember thinking, like, so how does somebody not die that day?
You got to kind of baby-proof competitions because people will do
stupid
go all
things
out. Like that.
They're gonna go all out. You know, it doesn't bode well if you put kettlebells, a barbell with a slingshot, and running all in the same thing. So I thought that was definitely interesting. I did a competition too in Galveston once. Is that
the Battle of the Ages?
No. This was about 2013.
Oh, okay.
I'm terrible with names. It was something like the Gauntlet, or anyway, we did like same thing that like football does, like the 40-yard dash, the vertical challenge, and broad jump. Oh, and bench press at 225. So all those were floaters.
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty cool though. I've done the vertical challenge in 2 different competitions actually, so as a floater.
The dumbest one I've probably done was actually here, which I still love it. I loved the workout.
It was dumb
because
though,
it was good for us,
right.
But it was actually Love is a Battlefield this year. We did
sled?
this sled where you had to put your partner on a sled that has a shaft coming up the middle of it, by the way.
That was something you could hold on to.
Or sit on,
whatever floats your boat.
But you had to sprint, was it 6 laps, I think?
Yeah, it ends up being about 50 feet each lap, 6 laps or so, and you could change it any time. So most of the guys were pushing and the girls were sitting, but I think the girl had to do at least two laps, and the guy had to do 4.
Which ended up being good for us because me and my partner Maddie are both pretty light and we're decently strong for our weights. So
yeah, and y'all podiumed that.
We did
that year.
Yeah, took a 3rd.
Yeah,
that was our goal, and we did it. We did it.
That was pretty awesome. So moving on from competition, from the games, that's been talked about a lot this week.
Yeah.
We move on to our segment of the show where we're going to dive into a fitness fad product. And today's product is, how do you even say this?
I think it's Agogie.
Agogie.
Go get 'em, Agogie.
So I should, just to make sure that we're all clear, we've never used this product, and probably don't intend to.
A lot of these that we go over are just ads that we see on Instagram because Instagram has a massive amount of ridiculous ads.
And once you click on one, you get all.
You get all of them.
You're labeled as a fitness fadder.
Good. Yeah, I like it.
No, I keep getting to see them, and here's the deal: I'm interested in most of all these products. I mean, there might be some legitimacy to it. But what are you going to do online? What are you going to do from Instagram? You're going to check out their website. You don't get to test the product first. You can't go to Academy and get it. So this is our way of diving into it for the first time, for sure.
So the way this was advertised on Instagram for me was, because I found this one, it was resistance pants.
Resistance with every step. So the first thing you see on the website is resistance with every step.
Resistance pants. They're just tight pants, basically.
Well, and so for those that are listening on the podcast, we're going to try to be as descriptive as possible because you never know. Did we lose another one? You never know. There might be a product in here, like for somebody that can't keep their legs tight or moving or something. This might be a product for you. I don't want to make fun of it just yet.
It's the first thing I think of is, I did powerlifting, the squat suits.
Yeah. What's the brand? The Slingshot? That's for the bench press.
Yeah. But yeah, like if you're doing geared lifting, you use a squat suit. And this is essentially what that is, except squat suits are probably a lot tighter than this thing is.
So here's a part of the website that says how they work. So I think that's important to go over first. You've never seen pants like these. And that's true. Your foot actually goes through some sort of like bottom of the pant, holstering it in. So it's definitely not going to move up or down, it looks like. These pants are actually what?
They have
packed with resistance bands. So is it intended for you to be working out the entire time?
With resistance, while you're wearing them. I think that's the idea.
Simplest way to boost your training. So it's not about you coming out of a heavier squat, but yet
this is the workout tool.
This is how
you do this
work
while
out.
you're running or
Oh, you'd be walking through the grocery
agility.
store. It's kind of like back in the day, those shoes that had the big pad on the ankle, or no, the toe, and so you're working your calves out the whole time. You ever seen those?
I no.
80s,
No, I haven't.
90s,
I
bro.
haven't.
We're gonna have to find that.
It's but
Tone and
she's
Titan.
using the pants and bands.
Is that her?
double
That ain't the
bands.
pants. That's not the pants.
Oh,
I think
that's
they're
not the pants?
comparing
Oh,
it.
okay, I got you.
So it says resistant bands are proven to strengthen muscle, burn fat, and rehabilitate tendons and joints. So they're saying their pants are on an
I
equivalent
wonder
level.
where they get their scientific data from.
Well, maybe those are the pants. I don't know. Same bands that built strength and speed. So they're really all about the bands because the bands are literally in your pants. Bands will make you dance, is what Juicy J said.
I don't even know what to say about that.
It's a rap song, man.
I know the song.
Now those are
so,
the pants. Look at the pants.
Yeah,
Is that
she's playing
style?
soccer while
Are the bands on the
doing,
outside?
I don't know. I think it's in where those white
strips
lines are.
Yeah. So there's some
They
strips.
just run up your calves and thighs.
So there's some strips on the outside of these pants. I don't think it's the bands, but I think, like he said, it's an indicator where they are. So it adds a little stylish flair to them, if you want to call it that.
I don't even think. I think. Oh.
You
She's
can
doing
do 'em
yoga
while
with
yoga.
them.
So you intensify your yoga. Yeah. Okay.
That guy's doing squats with them. Okay, so the question
Always.
is, how much are these pants?
Well, I'm going to dive a little bit more into it because that's going to help me say yay or nay. Am I buying or selling? And that's
Also, they make their website look like Instagram. And
Is it?
You look at it.
yeah.
It's like Instagram ripple, like it's based off of Instagram's website.
There's a
Okay, so
plus
there's
20
different
level.
sizes, not
Well,
sizes, but-
resistance.
yeah, resistance,
So you got the plus 20 level.
which means
What the heck is going on? Plus 40 level.
what does that mean?
I don't think it's your age, is it?
No, I think that's
I don't.
it doesn't specify.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. Okay. Plus 20, longer duration exercise all day. So okay, lower
Just wear them around.
Yeah.
Grocery shopping or
5 to 7 days a week and feels good.
feels good.
So it's just a real light. It's a lighter band. The plus 20 is a lighter band. The
Yeah.
plus 40, they're saying that you should do shorter exercises with part of the day and explosive
So
movements.
okay, so basically the two sizes, resistance levels of the pants. One's for
just
the,
constant
the
resistance.
gimmick of workout while you do your things during the day.
Nothing. You're not doing anything.
Yeah. And then the second level, the plus 40, is for during workouts. Like, wear these when you work out.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're appealing to a broad range of people. People who don't want to work out but want to get in shape.
Right.
And people who work out but want to work out more, harder.
Well, okay, that's a good point. Like, I mean, okay, coming from a CrossFit background or just a functional fitness background, I'm not saying these aren't maybe not. They might be worth it. We don't know the total price yet, because if I could just add resistance, I mean, it kind of makes sense. Not
Honestly,
on a daily basis, but on a regular basis.
I can come up with uses for this. If I'm like, first thing that comes to my mind is like jumping, vertical jumping,
any
box
power,
jumping.
yeah, any power jump,
The
broad
problem
jump,
is-
sprint, running.
Yeah, the problem is there's only one. Like, you can't get different
There was a 20?
resistance band.
The
Like,
20 and the 40.
yeah, but first off, what is that in pounds at full extension? I guess I don't know. And how you can't do more or less? Like,
Maybe not yet. Maybe
Not
that's
yet.
something they have as an add-on later on. It looks like they come in every size. That's not really a problem. They got a sizing chart for you if you're not real sure. Let's see. Let's look at the reviews.
Okay.
This is always fun. 89% 5-star. They do have a couple poor ratings, but they do have quite a few ratings. This must have been around for a little while. They are so awesome. I love the
Which
feel
one
of
did
them.
she buy? I think that
That's
purple
the-
means the 40.
I can't remember.
Oh yeah,
now.
it says plus
Oh,
40.
plus 40.
So she bought the workout ones.
Plus 20. Love my pants. They fit super cute and look nice and slimming. I can't.
I feel like that's a
I
lie.
can feel the resistance while working out, which is great. What was this right here? Okay, I tried tying knots at the end, but the cord still slides through because the hole is rather large.
I think she's talking about like the where you tie your shorts or pants. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
I'm not because they do have like a scrunchy effect, right?
Yeah.
Let's see what
The bad people are saying.
3-star here.
They
They
don't like it.
3-star. The weight resistant options could be more.
See,
But so far I wear them as often as possible.
first thing I think of.
And this is for about petite women's plus 40. So that's the size that she ordered was a petite.
I cannot tell you exactly what product they bought.
Here, right here. The
Yeah.
40s.
Yeah.
The 20s with a woman, the plus 20, so the lighter banded pants.
Mm.
The 20s aren't tough enough. I wanted more of a challenge. Of course, they said should have got the 40.
Yeah.
So I'm not out yet. The fit was too short for me. Agogie should really offer tall sizes. So this is a woman with a 40 band.
It's mostly women.
They responded. Women 20 resist. Think about it.
Almost
though.
all women.
Yeah, I think women kind of would buy into this as being like, okay, I'm gonna get my booty burning
Yeah.
all day long with these pants. I do not like the way pants fit or feel at all. This was a
It's very
woman.
contradictory to what the first girl said.
Elizabeth, per your review, they respond to a lot of these. Here's another one. Not happy. I waited weeks for these. Would think they were a great investment. Really sad that I waited so long now to be so disappointed. That's with the 40 plus resistance.
Okay, what did the one person that left a 1-star review have
Okay.
to say?
The extra smalls were not tight enough to do what you claim they do. A bit disappointed. So just a small person didn't.
They
get,
do. Yeah, she must be tiny.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of good reviews though. So
It is a
again, I'm
lot,
kind
yeah.
of depending on the price.
Yeah.
I kind of like these, and I wasn't expecting that. The fact that they actually have bands in them, like I thought it was
Right.
just supposed to be tight pants,
Right.
like basically jeans, right?
Really tight jeans, stuff that you wear
Yeah.
on the weekends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize where you're going with that.
Yeah.
But now it comes down to the price, because if these are super expensive,
Yeah.
then it's probably not worth it.
Before we get to the price, what I'm interested as well, like as coaching, maybe I like the idea with explosive movements, like running, jumping, like training that up.
Yeah, of course.
A price for these pants, without even looking at it first, what price would you pay for these pants? And realistically, think about Lulu. Think about some of these things that we buy, not for the functionality, just for the feel and look. These got functionality.
I mean, it's gonna be under 100, right? Like
It's got to be though, right?
it's gotta be.
I would buy them probably right now today if they were $50.
Yeah,
50 and under,
Yeah.
I would 100% buy them.
yeah, I probably would too.
Just a
honestly.
pair, just to try them out. Every once in a while, I'll throw them in a training.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to use them for stuff like box jumps and stuff.
Right.
Like, there's
For me,
genuine
running-
value in that.
For me, running, it's one of those overtraining type things. Like throw them on, run a mile with them on, take them off, run nude, and see what time is faster. Okay, probably not run nude, but you know what I'm saying. Like, I feel like that would add some. I think it would help my running and my jumping for sure.
Yeah, jumping for sure. I don't know about running. Maybe sprinting.
That's what I'm more
Depends
on a
on-
sprint side, but
yeah.
even a jog, like a mile jog, trying to keep your pace up, driving the knees. I don't know. I think it would be good. So we're gonna take a look at the men's here and their options. So, and maybe let's see.
Oh, $130.
It's not.
And that's for the extra small. How much are the larger ones?
Does it change
'Cause
the
I'm
price?
gonna need.
Doesn't change
It
the
doesn't.
price.
Okay, that's. You have to
It's not
pre-order.
crazy. Yeah, so it shows up at the top of their website right now.
Oh.
October 20th. New inventory is arriving to the 20th and November 15th. So they're sold out right now.
Huh.
And again, I think pandemic year, people were looking for things that just keep them going.
Yeah.
This probably did really well. 130 is about $30 more than what we were thinking, right? $100, 130. Is it still on your radar?
But honestly, yeah.
And we're like a regular
not now, but eventually, probably yes.
We're like a regular consumer, though, right? Like, we get to see it online just like anybody else. The next step, what I would probably do is go to YouTube and probably see if anybody's made a video of it just
Yeah.
to see.
It's $130. How much you think you can make these? Like, could you
No.
make them yourself?
Not.
You don't think so?
Think about it. The band's got to be in there just right. I mean, you'd have to know how to sew
Yeah.
and not have the band rip the material.
Okay, so is there also a way you can? And I've been trying to think about this whole time. Is there a way you can use bands in this way without the pants.
Without it actually being in pants.
Like in my head, there's got to be a way.
Like a belt.
Like my dad always comes up with a way for stuff like this.
Yeah. So maybe
maybe
you have a
belt
down to an ankle belt or ankle bracelet basically that has 2 latches for the bands, but it's not going to stay tight to the body as much.
No, and obviously there's a convenience factor here. Like you could probably figure out how to do it.
You couldn't walk to Walmart or Kroger with bands tied to your belt.
That's the stupid part of this product. That's for people again who don't want to work out but think they're working out.
No, but I'm saying, like, if I got done with a workout, I could literally just leave and be okay.
Yeah. But if they're that loose, if you can walk around with them, they're probably not tight enough.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure you're going to be able to walk around in them. They say even you can wear them through the day, but part of the day. I mean, it's going to be like constant tension. You're not adding, you're adding 10, 15, 20% probably.
So, yeah, I like it. I get the price. It's a convenience thing. You're paying for pants and the bands. You could probably do this in some rigged kind of way with just bands. So yeah, I think if you're willing to pay the money, it's a good product. Yeah. I like it actually.
Yeah.
But again, the only problem is I don't think there's enough resistance options, and plus 40 means nothing to me. Like what's the weight at the top? Like when you're at full extension. I want to know what the weight is at full extension.
This is not an everyday used product. So, like, what does that mean? I think you're right. Like, I think if I was this company, I got to describe a little bit more about the resistance because that's what you're going for, right?
Yeah.
I think, and what we've seen in these other fads too, is like for them to up their game probably a little bit is add like just a fitness program for their pants. Hasn't every product done that? Like. Axle workout, all these other products had like their own workout book.
It could. I mean, it depends.
But think about the people that might be buying this.
Depends on the use.
Do air squats in them. Do jumps. Do lunges.
Yeah.
It could be something additional that you get out of the product.
So we've had 2 companies that we've talked about actually reach out to us kind of. So if for some reason Agogie finds this podcast, the 2 recommendations I have are, 1, give an actual resistance in pounds or kilos or whatever, wherever you guys are based. Full extension at the top. I want to know what the weight is at full extension. And 2, give more options. Like I think that's the 2 things we need different and
options as far as resistance.
Maybe redesign it a little bit because again, like more options. That means you have to buy more pants.
Oh yeah.
Maybe somehow make it to where you can swap out the bands or something like that. I don't know how you do that.
I don't know
how
if
the
you
thing's
could.
designed.
I think it's all interlaced, so you'd have to get a different pair of pants, which is okay.
I get that if you can't like come up with a way to swap them out, but that's the 2 things I'd say.
I'm interested, honestly, man. I want to try, but I can't find if they're anywhere. What's this Discovery? Oh, it's not working. Their website's a little bit haywire. I'd like to know where they're based out of and maybe reach out. But I definitely would like to try these. But it's tough to invest $130 in some pants that you're not real sure. And they have one color. How long have they been around? I'm trying to. I can't find any.
I have a ton of reviews, so I can't.
They've been around a little bit.
Yeah.
And less. So they do have an ambassador and an alliance partner program. Do you own a gym? Boom.
Huh.
So we'll be checking that out.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Agogie. I did not think. Yeah, I did not think.
I didn't either.
I would be interested in those at all.
I was fully prepared to bash them because of what I thought they were. Like obviously that's why we do this, right? To look into products that at first glance seem a little ridiculous.
So 130.
Most of the time they do end up being a little ridiculous, but this one
I think so far every piece has had some sort of functionality, but then we go with the price and we're like, it doesn't add up. At 130, I'm still curious. Yeah. I'm still interested. I'm kind of on a buy, but I'd like a little bit. I don't know. I'd like a little bit of a trial run. I know that's not really possible, so maybe the price comes down and I'm going to pull that trigger a little faster.
Yeah. No, again, like to me, it just comes down to information and more options. Like that's it for me. I like these pants.
Yeah.
If you're willing to pay for them, it's obviously a convenience thing because you can do something like this with just bands. I don't know exactly how you do that yet.
But the convenience of being in the pants is nice,
Yeah.
and you could literally get the light resistance and just do all your workouts in them, and then come comp day, do it in the nude,
like
and
Goku.
you're good. Yeah.
Like Goku, he like trains
Who's
with from Dragon Ball. He like trained
What
with a
is Dragon
1,000-pound vest on.
What's Dragon Ball?
It's a cartoon anime people watch.
What's anime?
I never watched it. I just know this. But he like trained with a 1,000-pound vest on, and then took it off, and he went Super Saiyan.
1,000-pound vest.
1,000-pound vest. That's all you need, dude. Just get a 1,000-pound vest, wear it all the time, and when you take it off, you'll be a beast.
Just wear a car around.
Strap a car to your back, and walk around with it, and you'll be Matt Frazier in no time.
Hit the button on there. We'll go to segment 3.
Segment 3.
Oh, the Olympian Project. I just figured that's a good stopping point. Segment 3. We're going to dive into us a little bit. We're going to be a little narcissistic today.
So nothing new.
The Olympian Project. We want to get out some information about what we've been doing.
First off, let's talk about it. Elephant in the room that is the room, right?
Oh,
new
good
studio,
one.
baby.
New studio.
New studio.
We'll have it in the vlog. We're doing a video today of a workout. We'll get some of that video up. Yeah, you see that? That's nice and sparkly. Nice. New studio, bigger room. Lighting fits a lot better. We still got to get, obviously, if you noticed, our foam hasn't been put up properly by our intern.
First off, I put that up. It took me an hour to put all this up. As you can see it falling off, right, everywhere. Over behind Justin. It's been happening this whole podcast.
Yeah.
It's been an hour doing that with, what was it called? Command strips or
commando strips?
But it's the duct tape version or duct tape brand, and they're super sticky. But for some reason, it doesn't stick to the foam. So I spent an hour doing that, and then they just fall, right?
Yeah.
And yeah.
Well, we'll get that figured out. We'll have to get some different stuff on this back wall for sure, and we got a
couch now.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely upgrading. We got the couch in here. We've got the new computer to process all this stuff a little bit better, faster. So the Olympian Project, we are trying to stay up to date. And so we definitely, for those that follow and listen, like and subscribe. That's always helpful so that we can continue to put up this product. And we're growing, we're learning, and we want to continue to learn, and hopefully y'all learn with us as well. So another thing I want to talk about was how not to CrossFit. Yeah. If you haven't seen that yet, okay, the latest episode, Clean and Jerk episode, definitely something that should be on your radar on the YouTube channel there.
Let's kind of explain that a little bit because I think we were running it like season 2. The idea is this is a little different than like the first 5 or 6 that we made.
Yeah,
it's 5, right?
Yeah, 5.
Where like this, it's a whole story that's gonna unfold. And I think we kind of like wrote out how it's gonna go down, and what the theoretical season finale is gonna look like.
The whole season's kind of planned out to a certain degree. And the first season was a parody of an instructional video.
CrossFit video.
Yeah. Now we kind of go more in depth with some behind the scenes of this character, and it's still the concept is he's working through instructional videos, but there's a whole story, a backstory for this guy in the How Not to CrossFit.
I think we've really honed in our writing and comedy for this character.
Yeah,
and so I've had a lot of people tell me that this is the funniest one that they've seen.
Yeah,
so. That's pretty good. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to get better from here too, and with our technology upgrades, that's always going to help too. So, you got to follow, put your notifications on, so when they come out and they drop, you're going to get it. But also, if you want to get exclusive content before that, get on the Patreon. Okay, we have a Patreon. Is it just patreon.com/the Olympian Project? Correct.
Olympian Project.
Olympian
we'll
Project.
Pop it up on screen or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Go there, guys. To keep this thing flowing. Of course, I own a gym, but regularly coaching, and he's regularly coaching. It's always good to have some support from this side of things, and you're gonna get some stuff in return if you sign up on our Patreon. It's cool stuff. You get almost everything we pump out early, right? like pumping out. We pump a lot out. But all that stuff's going to come to you first.
It's starting to sound like OnlyFans, so.
Oh, wait. We got some news on OnlyFans. Just give us some time. We got a couch now.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. But for real, though, you get on the Patreon, everything that we put out is going to be up on the Patreon first. And it's an exclusive, like, community on Patreon. Mm-hmm. You can direct communicate with us, Q&A. There'll be some live stuff go up there as well. And there's also an exclusive only for fans on the Patreon, a bonus episode that we do once a month.
Yeah.
And
so this one is on the couch.
Yes.
We're going to be on the couch
We'll
for
be
the
on the
bonus
couch for
episode.
the bonus episode. So you just get some extra content there and early access to everything on the Patreon. So if you've never heard of it, check it out. There's some options, some tier options, and we do have some swag that's included with some of those tier options. So make sure to check it out on patreon.com. What else we got going?
Selling out.
We sold our soul. No, I mean, I think it's always good to talk about what we're doing here. I mean, we are putting a lot of time and effort into this.
Don't get so defensive, bro.
To you? I ain't
to
defensive.
The fans.
I ain't defensive.
To the only fans.
We only have like a few fans, so that's like a different OnlyFans.
Yeah.
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
We got to have a whole topic about that.
I don't think we do.
I think we do but I don't know enough about it, and that would mean I'd have to sign up for it, which could end like my marriage. So I'm probably not going to do it. Yeah, OnlyFans is not.
Maybe you just got to make one.
You can do OnlyFans.
I will not. You could, if you want to know so much about it, just make one, and then you'll find out real quick. You'll get some people in there.
Be like, what are you doing, bro? Why is your clothes on? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, from what I've heard, it's lucrative for some people, for sure.
Yeah, it's like a drug.
Yeah, I don't know how that is, but okay. Well, I think once you've talked about OnlyFans, you've pretty much ended your episode. That's about as bad as it can get.
Yeah, we've hit rock bottom.
We've hit rock bottom once again, as always. Guys, check us out. Like and subscribe. Go to the Instagram. We put a lot of stuff up there as well. Facebook page. So we always enjoy y'all's support and appreciative of it. So until next time, Gary.